All right, so now we're back to our notes, and so now we're going to be kind of comparing what we had in our Desmos activity to the graphs that we have. And I'm actually going to pan up to the next page where I kind of copied the same information down onto the page here so that we can reference it for our questions below. So the first thing that we have here is y equals x squared. And again, what you were asked to do is come up with your a and b and c values for that. So remember, what we had as our general equation was y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. That's the standard form equation. So what we're asking for is what are those numbers in those slots for a, b, and c. So you'll notice our first equation, we really have a 1x squared, but that's it. In other words, we really have a 0x and a 0 in for the b and c values. So really in this case, we have an a value of 1, but our b value is 0 and our c value is 0 as well. When we look down at the equations below, you'll notice that that one is this equation that I've outlined in red here. That might not correspond with the colors that ended up in your Desmos, but I'm going to try to keep it so it syncs up with our colors that we have on our sheet here. So that is our y equals ax squared. So that red parabola that you see that has an a value of 1 but has b values of 0 and c value of 0 as well. All right. So then our second equation is y equals x squared minus 3. And what you hopefully noticed on that one is that one was our blue equation. So I'm going to switch over to blue here. And so let's go over here. So that one turned out to be this one, y equals x squared minus 3, our blue parabola. And that one had an a value of 1. You'll notice the 1. Remember, there's really a 1 in front of that x squared. If it was a 0, it wouldn't be there at all. So we have a 1x squared. There is no b value. In other words, there's no x term. But that c term is negative 3. That subtraction sign kind of becomes a negative in that case. So negative 3. Okay. Then we're looking at our next equation. So let's see, y equals 2x squared minus 5x plus 4. As you looked at your Desmos activity, you should have noticed that that one was actually our green one on our notes. So this one right here, y equals 2x squared minus 5x plus 4. This one did have a, b, and c values. It had an a value of 2, a b value of negative 5, and a c value of 4. All right, moving to our fourth equation. Y equals negative 3x squared minus 6x minus 1. And so that one is our yellow or orange equation over here. I don't know what it looks like to you. I'm going to go with orange because it's a little bit easier to see. So that one is this one right down here. So y equals negative 3x squared minus 6x minus 1. And on that one, you'll notice that the a value is negative 3, the b value is negative 6, and the c value is negative 1. I'm hoping you're starting to notice some patterns here because eventually those patterns are what we're going to fill out in the notes below. But that leaves us with one final equation here, one that we haven't talked about yet, the one over down in the bottom right-hand corner, which is purple. So let's switch over to purple. And that one is y equals negative 0.5 x squared, so negative a half x squared, plus 3x minus 6 was that equation and graph. And you'll notice on that one, our a value is negative 1/2, negative 0.5. Our b value is 3, and our c value is negative 6.